a friend of mine came to me with this hand grip strengthener, but the problem is it doesn't have grips because it broke. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I'll go from scratch, from the beginning. I'll show you how to design. In this case, I'm going to show you how I'm going to design the grips for this hand grip strengthener. And I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to show you how to design it for this one. I'm going to take a photo. I will go from the photo and I will make the model, because if you see it's bent, the grip area, this metal bit is bent, as well as this side. So I need to make sure that curve is the best and probably the most fitable I can design for this one, so that the hand grip doesn't move. So I'm going to show you how I will design it. I will send the file to the slicer. I will show you what parameters I'm going to configure. I've thought about a couple of options to make this work, and I think the best bet will be printing 4 parts. So basically, the hand grip is like tube, 2 tubes here. But what I'm going to do, instead of printing 2 tubes, because if I print a whole tube, I won't be able to fit it in. What I'm going to do is print the tube in 2 parts. So I will divide that in the middle, and I will glue them basically. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to do that. And of course, I'm going to print a test first, just to make sure that the hand grip as such fits perfectly here, because I really need this to fit exactly how I need it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll take the photo and then I'll be back. Cool, so I've got the photos. So I'm going now to show you how to add the photos to Onshape, which is the application I'm going to use to design the grips. So the hand grips. So on Onshape, you have to first select the plane where you're going to work. So I'll select the top one, and I'm going to hide the front and right. So I'm just going to go over here, select the top plane, and click sketch. Then in here it says insert. You will see this little DXF icon. So you just click the arrow and then hit insert image. So I will import them, edited one. And okay. So if I say 50.5, it's gonna be the same distance than that. Yep. Now, you know what? I'm just gonna go, and then I'll go this way and hit I. So I is for this option, coincident, which is going to center that one corner, or that corner, that vertex with that center point of the whole plane. So now I'm going to make some measurements. So the diameter of this metal, from the hand grip thing, is 4.5 millimeters. So if it's 4.5, I'll try the next thing. So this is my sketch, only the image. And what I'm going to do is create another sketch, and I'm going to select the same top plane. And from here, I'm going to start with my drawing. So I'm just going to do a small test. So I'll put that line there, one line here, one there, and one there. So if I measure the distance between this one and this one, it should be around 4.5 millimeters. 4.49, which is pretty close. So I am sure that I won't go with 4.5 because 4.5 is exactly the size. So I need to go a little bit bigger. I will go 4.7. So if I go 4.7 there, 4.7, that's going to be the correct distance for my design. And I'm going to leave it around there. Now, I know I'm going to have an issue here because it bends on the other side. So the best bet is to try probably different segments, but it's going to be only 3 segments. So the long part, which is this part, this bit is going to be trickier, but I'm not gonna think it too much because I know that the curve is going to be the limit for the hand grip to move back and forth. So what I would do is I'm just gonna move this bit around there, and then I'm just going to move that. So I'm going to constrain everything. I will create, just gonna delete this one, which is sticking everything to the vertical border, and I'm going to hit Shift S. Shift S is going to create a dot where I'm going to attach this part. It's only for me to make coincident the design. So hit again Control Shift S, and then I'm going to give them a distance. So hit D, you select both dots, 4.7, and now they are constrained. So if I move the top dot, the bottom dot moves as well. So I'm going to leave it around here, and I'm going to delete that because that's only a test for me. I'll create another dot, another couple of dots. So one here and one here. And I'm going to make sure both are not that way. And I need to, if you see, it moves the relation, and the relation changes the size. So the distance. So the distance here is 4.5, and if I move it away, the distance is 4.4. So I'm going to keep the line perpendicular to the very cool to the 2 dots. So again, come on, the hit click, there, and then 4.7. So that's okay, and I'm gonna move, oh wow. That's gonna be an interesting one. So, you know what? I think I'm going to remove them. I will go this way. Looks like it's bent in the middle. So if I hit L for line, okay. And what I can do here is leave them there, and I can use angles just to make sure both lines are parallel, so they don't get closer or away from each other. So I could go first, let's give it a distance. So I think 32 mil is okay. So 32 mil there, 32 mil here. And between, if you get two lines that are perpendicular, if you get both lines, you will see that you click it, and then there are a couple of options. It shows you different options, but in here, it shows you an angle. So I can hit that, and I'm going to leave 80 degrees. What about 70? That's a lot. 79.5. Maybe that's better. So I'll do the same for this one, 79.5. And that is going to, I'm going to make sure that both lines are the same, the same dimensions, so same length, and that both have the same angle, and they are perpendicular. So that's gonna be the best option, I think, for now. So from here, what I can do is use a spline, which is going to give me this option. And I'm just gonna stop there. So I hit escape. So you come over here, click, and then move the other one, click, and hit escape. Now, if you want to edit them, hit escape again, escape, sorry, and then you can start moving these dots. So if I move this one, if you have used Illustrator or any vector design programs, so you will see that you can move these ones around. So I think I'm going to leave this one a little bit lower and this one move it here. I want to leave some space between the rod, the metal bar, and that border, as well as on the top, just to make sure I have some clearance. I don't want this to be right on the edge. And then I hit line, and I can come over here and draw that line there. That's not a problem. close it and then move it around, move it closer here. And I'm going to make sure that I have the same 4.7 millimeters distance. And I'll move a little bit this. I've got this piece of extra metal here, so I will use my angle grinder, not the angle grinder, I've got a small Dremel, so I will clean that up as well. That's gonna give me a little bit of distance, more space. And I will close this here. So that's good. Now, here is the interesting thing. I'm just going to print a test for this one. So we'll make a cube, basically. I'm going to extrude that cube and then I'm going to remove the part that I just designed. You will see. So I will create another sketch and then I'm going to use this one. I don't want to go too big. So I'm going that way, that way, that way, here, 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 and here. I can click this one, this line, and then hit V for Victor, vertical. This one is okay. And that's okay. So I'm going to move this sketch up one step because you will see I will hide the top plane, and now I'm going to extrude. What am I going to extrude? I'm going to extrude the sketch 3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude it downwards. And I think since this is 4.5, I'm going to print a base of 8 millimeters. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to accept that and I'm going to create another extrude and I'm going to select the second sketch. But I just realized I made a mistake. I will fix it. So sketch 2, and I'm going to go only 4 millimeters. Let's go 4.5 so that whatever I print is the same height or diameter than the metal rod. So 4.5, and in this area you just click remove, okay, and hit OK. Now I'm going to hide my sketch 1, but I have a problem. So if I want to fit these inside this, I can't because this is on the way. So what I'm going to do is sketch 3, hit top. I'm going to show this one, and I'm going to make this one to coincide, sorry, with that line. So hit the dot or the vertex, hit the line, and hit I, and it automatically moves both. It moves both vertices to the line, because this one is already vertical, so it's already constrained vertically. And if I click save, it automatically recalculates everything, and then it makes the cut here for me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to print this horrible piece of plastic, but this is going to show me if the design I did was correct. And if I need to change anything, I just need to move half of a millimeter or 0.2, 0.3 millimeters up or down, and that's gonna give me perfect clearance for this one. So I'll print that. I'm going to take the small, like the photos of the layer printing, so the time lapse, and I'll see you in a minute. I'm back 24 hours later, but it printed, and it printed perfectly. So the size is perfect. It just fit as I wanted. So now what I'm going to do is design the other bit, the other side of the hand grip. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to create no, I'm just gonna suppress this. So I'm going to suppress this as well and suppress this. And I'm going to hide the sketches, and I will show the top plane. So what I'm going to do is, again, what I can do is rename this. To rename, the short command is Shift N for November. So let's say right grip, and then I'm going to create a new one, and I'll put the name in here as left grip. Cool. So if I come in the sketch and then select, oh well, okay, I need to edit. I'm just going to bring only the file I need, and I will edit it. Here it is. I will edit it and I'll come back in 2 seconds. Cool. So I just edited that bit. So I just made it, the image, I just made it smaller so that I could fit the left edge as the other one, as I did with the other one, because I need to take some measurements. So again, I'm just going to hit this corner, and I will click the center of the plane, hit I for coincident. So that's gonna constrain the image in full. And well, okay, I just edited the image, and I did the same thing than the other one. So I just made sure the image is the borders are right in the place where I need to make the measurements. So I'm just gonna leave like that one, and I'm going to remove this one because I made a mistake with that one. But again, you hit the corner and then hit the center of the plane and hit I for coincident. Now, I just need to make the measurement here. So I will measure the distance for the other side of the hand grip, and that will be 46 millimeters. So I will click this and hit 46. That's correct. And then I will do the same than the other one. So I will create a sketch. I will select the top plane and same thing, come over here. Yeah, there, another line. So you hit L and that will bring you the line. Now, I'm just going to measure this again. So that's 4.5. We set 4.7 distance. So from here to here is 4.7 millimeters. And from here to here is 4.7 millimeters. That I'm just gonna drag a little bit this. This is a little bit bent, but I think that's gonna work. A few tenths of millimeter that won't cause any issue. So now I'll go probably around there, hit escape, create the other one. It really doesn't matter where you hit the dot, where you hit the click, because you can edit it at the end. So that's not an issue. I'll go, maybe I need to go a little bit further here. I think this is not totally straight, and I have to follow part of the metal, of the bent metal of that rod. So I think I'm not gonna take any chances here. I will just make it snug enough, but not much, so that the hand grip doesn't spin or it feels, you know, wobbly. So not wobbly, maybe soggy, because when you are just how you call it, doing the exercise, it feels weird. So squeezing it, that's the word. Thank you. I'm just gonna move this one a little bit further away, maybe there. I think that's gonna be okay. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. So I will close these lines here and here. However, what I will do is just move a little bit this further away. And this one is constrained to this line. So if you want to remove one of the constraints, what you have to do is you hover your mouse over any of the points. And so you put it there, and then you start like hovering your mouse over any of the options you see here. And this one is highlighting the vertical dotted line and the sketch as such. So if you click that and hit delete, that will remove that constraint so that I can move this freely. And in here, what I wanted to do is just go a little bit further away, and maybe I'll just go a little bit lower there. I think that's gonna be okay. Cool. And now what I will do is, I think I need to print a test because I really need to make sure the other bit is going to be good enough. So I will create another sketch, select the top plane, sorry. So select that, and then I'll go with lines. Now remember, again, so instead of going out here, I need to make this on the same edge so that I can fit the plastic like this one. This bit fits here, like so. So go that way, here, 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 there, and then there. Can close that, and same way than the other bit, I need to extrude first the part that I need to print, and then I need to remove the gap for the grip, for the metal tube as such. So I will go extrude and hit new, and we set 8 millimeters, and then I'll go the other way around. So that way, and then I'll select the other one. You click and then hit extrude or shift E, and then we'll say remove, and we set 4.5, same as the other one. Now for the other one, I didn't show you how to, well, how to export these and how to put it in the slicer. So I'll show you how I do that. So for now, I'm going to hide these. And from here, from the parts, you right click the part and then hit export. So I will call it right grip. Sorry, that's left grip. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll make sure when I transfer that to the USB, I name it as left grip. And okay, so one thing that I really like to play with is these. So if you see it from here, you have the green arrow, that's the Z plane or movement, in this case of the bed, and the red one is the X movement, so left to right, front, back to front. I really try, every time I print, I try to make the printer like balance the movement. So I try to balance both X and Z movements. I don't want to stress any of them, as in, if I make the model to print like this, the bed has to move more times or more distance back and forth. Likewise happens when I do this. So I'm putting more stress on the hot end, on the X axis. So it has to move more left to right. What I like to do is try to balance both movements. So in here, the Z axis, the bed is going to move back and forth, let's say only these 4 squares, which is about 1 centimeter each. So that has to be, that has to move 4 centimeters back and forth, as well at the same time than the X axis. So it has to move left or right about 4 centimeters as well. So this way it prints better. It doesn't stress any of the axis on the printer. That's something I really like to do. Plus, when you have a big printing, when you go in a diagonal way like this, it tends to reduce time. In this case, it doesn't matter what position you have the object on. It's going to take 13 minutes up to 14 minutes, so it doesn't matter. But I really want to avoid stressing any of the parts of the printer. With that, I come back here, just check a few things that I want to check, which are first, I want to make sure it has infill. So yes, it has infill. Temperature 260, 200 is the normal, pretty much is the average temperature you print with PLA. So 260 degrees on the bed. But since I'm taking the photos for the time lapse, I need to add a G code here. So the G code goes here in after layer change. So let me bring that up. So this is the code for me to take photos with my camera. So what I'm telling here to the printer is whenever you're going to change layer, whenever you're going to go up to the next layer, go 3 millimeters on the Z, on height, basically, go up, then go to the position 230 millimeters from the 0 point from the start, go 230, and on the Y, which is, sorry, so I've been talking about Z as the bed, and Z in this case is up and down. So it's X axis and Y axis. So the bed will be with this command Y125, the bed will be moved to the center. So it goes to that point, then it moves the head to the position 235, so 5 millimeters more to the right, if you are seeing the printer from the front. And then when it hits this trigger, 235, I've got a button, it pushes a button, and it takes 250 milliseconds in that position. Then it moves with a speed of 600, but that's in speed movement in printing code, in the G code. So it's 6,000, but it's not millimeters per second or anything like that. It moves 600, and then it goes back to 233 millimeters. So it goes like, that's it. And it takes the photo. So that, the code, plus in the general, on extruder, I have to check this option, retract on layer change. So it pulls the filament out, how much? The retraction length, which is 6 millimeters, so that it avoids or it prevents oozing. That's it, basically. So it's gonna take 15 minutes. It takes a little bit more because it's going to take the photo, so that's more time moving the head around. And yeah, that's it. So I'm going to print that part and I'll be back in a minute. So it finished printing. It only took 15 minutes. And this is the other part. And this one fit perfectly. I just need to make sure the top part is not too too long, so I need to reduce it. I don't know, 3 millimeters will be enough. But yeah, it fit perfectly. So now here it comes the really interesting part.